You ever hear a phrase that just stops you in your tracks? There's this incredible four-character saying from the Zen tradition, Sucheo Jakju. It means, wherever you are, be the master. Now, on the surface, that sounds pretty straightforward, right? Like, be the boss, take control. But Zen master Linji, who came up with this, he wasn't talking about being a CEO. No, he was getting at something way deeper, something that's happening right in this very moment. So, that's the big question, isn't it? If being a master isn't about power or control in the usual sense, then what on earth are we supposed to be? That's the mystery we're going to unravel together. Okay, so before we can really get what this master is, we've got to talk about what it isn't. And this is so important because, honestly, our first guess is almost always going to be way off. You'd think, right, that becoming a master has to be something you earn. You put in the hours, you meditate like crazy, you struggle and discipline yourself. But no, the teaching is super clear on this. This isn't some trophy you get for trying really hard. It's actually an effortless, natural state that's already here, not some finish line you have to cross. And check this out. Master Linji himself just lays it all out there with this quote. It's a pretty sharp warning, isn't it? He's basically saying that anyone trying to find this thing out there, like it's some object you can grab, is completely missing the point. It's kind of like running around looking for your own feet. This slide just breaks it down perfectly. On the left, you've got what we all think it is, some special state you have to achieve, something outside of you that takes a ton of work. But then you look at the Zen view on the right, and it flips the whole thing on its head. It's something you already have, something that's always here. And recognizing it is totally natural. The work isn't about getting something new, it's about noticing what's been here all along. All right, so if the master isn't some prize you win, then where in the world do you find it? Well, the answer is kind of shocking in how simple it is, and it's actually really liberating. I mean, how amazing is that quote? He's not talking about some mystical vision on a mountaintop. He's bringing the highest truth, the Dharma, right down to earth, into the most basic, everyday things we all do. This isn't just clever poetry. He's literally pointing and saying, look, it's right here. And this is exactly how it works. Eating your breakfast, getting dressed, doing your job, crashing on the couch when you're wiped out. These aren't just chores you have to get through to get to the important spiritual stuff. This is the important stuff. This is the arena. There's nowhere else you need to look. So let's get really clear. The master isn't you, the personality. It's not your name, your job, your story. It's that fundamental awareness that's operating right now, in this very moment. It's the part of you that's hearing these words and seeing this screen. It doesn't have a name or a shape because it's not a thing. It's the space in which all the things appear. Okay, so we found the master in our everyday life. Now, things are about to get even more radical. This next part is all about breaking down the way we judge everything, shattering the prison of good versus bad. You know how we live our lives, right? We're always sorting things. We put them in the good pile or the bad pile. We're constantly chasing those Buddha feelings, peace, happiness, purity, and we're running like crazy from the demon feelings, anger, confusion, impurity. I mean, that's the game most of us are playing 24/7. But here's the wild part. A truly clear-eyed master doesn't pick a side. They don't grab onto the Buddha and try to push the demon away. They just strike them both down. And you've got to ask, why would they do that? Well, because the moment you choose one, you're automatically trapped by the other. And this quote just nails it. The moment you start preferring one thing over another, loving the sacred and hating the ordinary, or loving feeling peaceful and hating feeling anxious, you're stuck. You're just going to bounce back and forth forever on that sea of hope and fear. Real freedom means getting off that ride altogether. This stuff can get a little heady, I know, so the teachings give us these really cool analogies to help. First, think of your awareness like the sky. Your thoughts and feelings, good or bad, are just clouds passing through. The sky allows them all, but it isn't defined by them. Or think of it like a perfect mirror. It reflects a saint and a sinner with total impartiality. It doesn't cling to the beautiful reflection or reject the ugly one. And this last one is really interesting. This mythical goose that can drink only the milk from a mixture of milk and water. It's a symbol for being able to move through the world's messiness and complexity, taking what's true without getting confused by it all. So we've gone through a lot of ideas, but now let's bring it all home, right here, right now, into your actual direct experience.
And this is where we hit this amazing paradox. The whole journey isn't about becoming something better or gaining some new superpower. It's about recognizing what you've always been. And when you see that, you realize there was never anything to gain because you were never missing it. And there's nothing to lose because this core awareness can't be taken away from you.
So if we're going to boil it all down, what are the big takeaways? First, the master isn't some title. It's just your own natural awareness. Second, you don't find it on a retreat. You find it while washing the dishes. Third, real freedom isn't winning the war between good and bad. It's realizing you don't have to fight it. And finally, the big one. This isn't something you become. You already it. You have been the master this whole time.
And this is where it stops being a concept and becomes completely real. The teaching is pointing directly at this. The one who is aware of my voice right now, the one whose eyes are looking at the screen, that is it. It's not an idea. It's this living, breathing, immediate experience. So, I'll leave you with an invitation. Not a question for your brain to figure out, but just something to notice. For just a second, forget all the words and ideas. Right now, in this very moment, without needing to name it or judge it, what is your master witnessing?